All right, and welcome everybody to another Dad Hat Chronicle Sports Show. My name is Ed, also known as the Dad Hat. With me, we got the whole crew tonight, boys and girls. We got the whole crew. Look at this. All right, so I hope everybody's doing well. Playoffs is in full force. Never in the history of the ALTS has there been a 1-1 series. All of them are, which is amazing. We got some NHL is back. NFL. We got some things to talk about the NFL, boys and girls. But before we do all of that, how about we start with our good co-host here, Prospector, Mayor, and Influencer. I'm going to start with you, Patrick. How are you, my friend?
Doing well. Hope you guys are. And big shout out to the chat. Thanks for joining us tonight. And let's see. The mayor's in the house. Anyways, let's see.
I'm not in the house, but I'm in a house.
He's in something
You're in
being
a house.
extremely loud.
I know, right? Like,
Keep your work down a little bit.
Sorry.
And he muted himself.
No, but I guess we're gonna go into what we're drinking and what we're wearing.
You got that right, my friend. What are you wearing? What are you drinking?
So tonight I am wearing the Aberdeen decoys from the Aberdeen Ironbirds. So for those that don't know, it's the second year they've worn this. This is the second version of it. There was a camo one in the first year. More like a duck camo, actually. I think it's probably what it was.
Such a weird looking
but
hat,
then-
I'm not gonna lie.
It's definitely a different one. And then tonight I'm drinking some tea in my Blue Jays cup and, celebrating the playoff appearance that wasn't. And so, yeah, that's what I'm wearing tonight.
What's up, Eric Lichtenberg? How you doing? Chris, ¿qué pasa, papi? ¿Todo bien? And Phil, hello. I'm listening on my own home again. I have power. My man, good for you, friend.
Nice.
Good for you. Love it. Influencer, Eric, how you doing, buddy?
I'm doing well. How about you?
You know me, baby. As cool as the other side of the pillow. Eating my
That's what's up.
Cheetos.
So tonight I got the Asheville Tourist Marvel hat on. I believe it was Rhonda's aunt that picked this up for us. I don't know what
Cousin.
Cousin. What was that? A year? No, it wasn't a year ago. Earlier this year, off season. It's been a while ago.
It was off season. I think it was
Off-season.
Yeah.
So I got this hat, obviously thinking about them out in Nashville, and then hopefully everybody's going to be fine. Sounds like possibly tomorrow going to hit in kind of the Tampa area in Florida. So
Category 5 too.
yeah,
Dude.
so we're thinking about all of them. So if anybody can support, I know some of the teams have T-shirts they've been selling to help support Relief, Red Cross, whatever you can do to help support. But I got the Asheville Tourists, their Marvel logo on tonight, and I am going with a Kansas City Boulevard, one of my favorites, Ginger Lemon Rattler.
That sounds delicious.
Yeah, it's one of my top 2 or 3 favorites from Boulevard. But yeah, big brewery out of Kansas City Boulevard. It's a really cool brewery if you haven't been before, but it's called Ginger Lemon Rattler. So that's what I got tonight.
I like it. That sounds delicious.
Very
All
nice.
right, Donnie, my friend, it's good to have you back. Welcome back. What are you? I'm sure I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to guess you're drinking about a fifth of vodka right now and wearing Augusta Green Jackets, right?
Yeah, this is Kirkland brand bottled vodka. So, I'm working. I'm hydrating. Yes, I'm in Augusta. So today I wore, since the Yankees weren't playing, we're in between travel day. I wore my 47 brand Augusta Green Jackets hat. 10th day in a row working down here. Don't see when the end of this is going to be. Maybe Sunday for a day or half a day. We'll see. But I know I'm going to be steady the rest of this week. I'm not in Columbia right now, but I'm actually working on Columbia Road. So it's sort of a connection to home.
There it is.
And yep. And speaking of the hurricane coming into Tampa, one of the bucket truck guys that was just out here getting me this set of stuff done, that crew's from Florida. He said he's from Ocala, and he hopes that his truck is still there when he gets home.
Oh,
and not damaged. So he's up here working damaged stuff, and his home's getting ready to get hit by a hurricane. So
Yeah,
I feel for these guys. But
me too, my friend. Me too.
Yep.
Yeah, absolutely.
And before I give you guys
real quick too, I just
ahead.
want to say that Eric Lichtenberg sent me a package that I was going to open tonight. I think I teased that on my hat of the day. I didn't bring it with me, so that will be for Thursday.
Sounds good to me. I like it. And before I continue, guys, I want to make sure that you guys make sure to go out there to Old Fort Baseball. Make sure that you guys go to the website, get their gear. They are a proud sponsor of this show. Shout out to Logan, good dude. So make sure you go ahead and get your support local baseball. I brought my stickers again. So there it is.
Oh.
Support local baseball. Make sure you guys go
I actually
out
have
there
an unboxing. Yeah. Sorry.
Actually
have an unboxing. I have an unboxing for Old Fort. So
there we go. Okay, so we'll be doing this here in a minute then. For me, I'm drinking some good old H2O. I had a long day today, went for a run, so I need to hydrate. So I went for a run after work, but I'm eating my Cheetos as well. And I'm wearing a 47 Dad Hat. Look at that. So from cleanup is one of my cleanups. So shout out to actually, I can't remember. I got someone sent me the link to it, so I had to go and get it. It was on eBay, so I give it a nice little thorough washing before I even put this sucker on. You know what I mean? You can't just not put that on, and So, okay. So, Prospector, you want to go ahead and take over? You want to go ahead and show them what you're wearing, what that unboxing is before we continue and talk about what we got going on today?
Sure. So got a little unboxing here. You can see there the Old Fort.
Okay.
So got a little something here. So let's see what's inside.
Go for it.
There we go. Uh-oh. What do we have here?
Oh, you got the t-shirt.
Oh, you know it.
Man, that t-shirt is comfortable, bro. I'm not going to lie to you, man. That's nice. I like that a lot.
Right there.
Okay. All right.
Support local baseball, support Old Fort, and Logan, thanks for sponsoring this show.
There you go. I love it. Proud sponsor of the Dad Hat Chronicle Sports Show. All right, boys and girls.
There we go.
Okay. So since obviously Old Fort is a baseball mostly sponsor, why don't we talk about what happened this week so far in Major League Baseball playoffs? I mean, obviously 3 of us have a team still in the playoffs. We got the Kansas City Royals. That series is tied 1-1 with the Yankees. And then my team, the Guardians, we are tied 1-1 with the Detroit Motor City Kitties. So I'll start with the one who has no team in the playoffs, who has no. What are your thoughts, my friend? What are your thoughts?
Well, thanks for that introduction.
You're welcome.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Just because my team sucks, but whatever. Honestly, I love how. What in the world is so funny?
Nothing. Go ahead.
Nothing at all. Nothing at all. I think it's been a very competitive series all around. I love the fact that it was like, was it the first time in history that every series has been 1-1?
Yep.
Yeah. Man, Eric Prophet is smiling tonight, which is a big departure from.
I mean, his team played really good, last night. So
I wouldn't say really good, but they did what they needed to.
They got the win. That's all that matters.
And right. The umpires didn't screw them.
They tried.
They tried. Yeah. Well, more on that in a minute.
Yeah.
But I think that really anyone could really go to the World Series in this. I don't see like a clear-cut favorite. I think it's been very, very competitive, and I wouldn't be surprised if anyone moved on, to be quite honest with you, because I think it's very evenly matched. And the only thing I really know is that the Blue Jays won't. So it's been
that's a correct assessment.
Yeah, they decided to bring the band back together that didn't have any chart-topping hits this season, but yet they thought it was good to bring the band back together. But that's a story for another day. Just happy for you guys that your teams are still in it, and despite like the sheer negativity that some of you have about your own team. It's I'm really
Shots
really glad
fired,
to.
man.
I know, right? I know. It's like Eeyore. Mr. Rivera, do you mind?
Absolutely. Have at it.
This guy every single time. Every single time. Every single time.
Oh, bother. It's not like my team's going to win another game anyway. It's not like the umpires are even going to give us a call. Oh, bother. It's not like my team's going to be relevant in 3 days anyway.
Sponsor
Oh,
DHC
bother.
Sports Show Boulevard. Hey, fun story.
There you go.
Want me to tell you a fun story about this beer?
Go for it.
Okay.
Oh, bother. Please. You're going to say it anyway.
If you're done, you can come back on now. So I've told this story on the podcast before, but years ago, I think it was 2015, Mrs. Influencer and I drove out to LA. We had to take her sister's dog to get on the plane and fly him out to Hawaii to meet up with her sister. And never mind. All right. Anyway, so tonight the Mets took game 3, so they're up 2-1.
Go ahead. Finish your story, man. Finish your story.
I can't, not with her.
I want to hear about the beer.
Hey,
I know.
Mrs. Influencer, get back to your schoolwork and quit bothering me. She's in the living room doing some projects for her class. But anyway, so we drove out to LA, and Boulevard was doing a kind of a, I don't know what they called it, drive around the caravan around the country type thing. And they were bringing some of their beers and putting it on tap at local breweries around the country. And they were going to be out in LA. So when we were out there in LA, we went to that brewery, and I had my Boulevard shirt on, and I walk into the bathroom, and some guy's in there in the restroom, and he's like, "Hey, nice shirt." Basically just giving pleasantries at the urinal there together. Walk back out and run into him again, and he has ginger lemon rattler in a glass. And I'm like, that sounds good. I've never tried it before. He's like, you want it? So he handed me his cup. I took a drink out of it. It's John McDonald, the owner of Boulevard Brewing, I ran into in the restroom in a brewery in LA and drank out of the same glass to try ginger lemon rattler for the first time. So yeah, I randomly ran into the founder of Boulevard, John. And so really fun time back. Like I said, I think it was 9 years ago. So, oh, sorry. Yeah. She said she's making our kids a Halloween costume, even though she still has 3 weeks for that. But
no, I'm with her on this one, bro. You cannot leave it for last minute. Trust me, I've been there.
She's not even buying anything. She's just making the costume.
Yeah, even better.
Easton needs to be an umpire. That's all I'm saying. He needs to be a major league umpire.
Well, his older brother was an umpire last season, but he was so busy with baseball this year that he didn't get a chance to work again. But yeah, it's a fun little story. I did get to meet the owner of Boulevard Brewing. Obviously, you can get their beer pretty much anywhere across the states. But yeah, the first time I ever tried ginger lemon rattler was out in LA at one of the breweries there. So that was kind of a fun little experience.
Okay, ginger
lemon rattler here. See it?
Gotcha.
They at one point had, it was an orange, it wasn't mango, but it was another version. They haven't done it since, but they did like a variant. It was kind of like maybe a grapefruit or something. It was really good. But yeah, ginger lemon rattler, probably one of my top 2 or 3 favorites from Boulevard.
Man, that's okay.
When you open it,
does
it go
right over here?
What'd you say?
I said, when you open it, does it go?
Yes, that type of rattler. This guy.
Yeah.
No,
this guy with his jokes.
I know.
See,
here we go with the dad jokes.
Even Lynn agrees.
So Eric, getting back to what we do best, or
what is that? Giving Donnie and Patrick a hard time?
Absolutely, it's what we do. So let me ask you, like,
And yet you
your
hate each
thoughts.
other.
So, give me your honest thoughts on your team and the Yankees series. Like, that's been a pretty good series so far.
Yeah, what was it? Was it 6-5 or 5-4 on Saturday? So it was a one run game, so pretty close that game, and then it was 4-2 last night. Josh Chisholm hit a home run in the ninth. It was 4-1. He hit a solo shot to lead off in the ninth. But yeah, I felt like so far that's been a pretty competitive series. I'll be curious to see how it goes in Kansas City. It's the first time in 9 seasons that we've even been to the playoffs, so haven't had a home game for the playoffs in that long. Patrick Mahomes was talking about he has a bye week this week, so he was talking about how he's like, I got to see if Brittany is going to go on vacation. If she does that, then I'm probably going to just go over to the game, because since he's been with the Chiefs, the Royals haven't been in the playoffs, and he's a part owner of the Kansas City Royals, so he really wants to see what that atmosphere is like over at Kauffman Stadium. But there's been a few home runs. Like I said, Chisholm hit one, Salvi hit one yesterday.
Hey,
and
that Salvi one was on point, needed.
I forgot who hit the Yankees home run Saturday night, but then MJ Melendez hit one as well. So both teams, I think, have hit one home run each. Now, obviously, it's a little bit smaller stadium there, so I'll be curious to see. I was, with scoring 4 runs or whatever the Royals did on Saturday and then 4 runs again yesterday. Obviously, with the Baltimore series, they only scored 1 run and 2 runs, so they've been hitting a little bit better. And then I don't even know, Donnie, who your guys' starter is tomorrow. I've never even heard of him, so I'd be curious to see kind of how that goes, because we're starting Seth Lugo tomorrow.
Who are we starting? Because I haven't seen it. I haven't looked.
Clark Schmidt. Might as well start Patrick Larson at this point. Who is that?
Clark Schmidt. I think we picked him up later in the season. I don't know. I have to look and say.
So, yeah, that's for sure. He's going to throw like a no-hitter through 7 innings. Some dude nobody's ever heard of.
There's no tape on this dude?
Yeah. I mean, I could still see this series going either way. Now the next 2 are in Kansas City, so I don't know if that's going to give home field advantage. Obviously, the Yankees are still really good. I thought for sure we had no option but to win last night, because if we went down 2-0, even coming back home, I thought it was going to be not very good. But yeah, like what Lynn's saying there. So Bobby, it's 0 for 10, but again, they lost the first game by a run and won the second game, and he hasn't got a hit yet. The best player so far for the Royals has been Garrett Hampson, which is wild to say because he's been absolutely atrocious during the season. But they've been playing him. He came in to pinch hit on Saturday and had a 2-run single. That game Saturday was pretty good because it went back and forth. The Yankees went up, Royals took the lead, and just went back and forth. So overall, if Lynn, because I think Hampson, she's saying that because I think he was in Colorado for a while. But yeah, I think it could still go either way. Obviously, you're going to have to see how pitching the bullpen goes. I thought for the most part, both bullpens have been pretty good. Nobody's really given up too many runs on either side. So it's still hard to call for me, I think, at this point. I don't think, we've talked about how all these series are close. Same one with this one. So I don't think being in Kansas City, I mean, it could help, but
that's the thing, though. Like, you just can't tell. Like, Patrick was right. Like, you just don't. Any of these teams could legitimately have a shot at making the World Series. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think I've ever seen it in as long as I've been watching baseball, right? Like, there's clearly there's teams that make it, and you're like, all right, you're gonna be in there for maybe a series or 2, and then you're gonna fizzle out. But legitimately, at least in the American League, you can tell these are the powerhouses right here. Like, I mean, you know what I mean? So it's been pretty interesting for me. As far as the guards, man, I'll be honest, I was nervous for game 2. Skubal pitching, and we've been talking about this, man. It's like that dude has been lights out, stupid scary. You know what I mean? So the fact that he came out and dominated, I was not surprised at all. My whole thing was like, if you're gonna get to him, you gotta get to him early, so that way you can get his pitch count up, and then get him to get to the bullpen. But that never happened. I mean, he went deep in the game, and then I was like, at that point, and then you saw what happened yesterday, right? For the first time in his career, he gave up a Clase gave up a 3-run home run.
That was crazy.
So it's one of those things. Like, you're still going to have to put him out there. You're going to put him on the because he's been the best closer in all of baseball. So you're not going to say, "Oh, sorry, you're out." You know what I mean? It is what it is. I mean,
well, Mariano Rivera blew that game in 2001. I mean,
right?
As great as he is, they have their moments. I mean, that was odd for him.
I'm still trying to figure out if that ball landed.
Yeah, exactly.
Jesus, that was a moonshot. That thing was stupid, ridiculous.
That was the definition of an object in motion hitting resistance. I mean, it was such a powerful pitch, and that swing just hit the right spot.
He hit it on the sweet spot of the bat. You could tell doing the replay.
Well, Kerry Carpenter hadn't even been playing. They pinch hit him. So I mean, obviously,
I put him in the lineup.
Yeah, who is this guy? But at the same time, why is he not? Okay, so here's a kind of a generic question, but what do you guys think of the lefties versus righties matchup? That really annoys me, and so I don't know if that's why Carpenter wasn't in at all. But that's what Quattrero does all the time for the Royals. He's like, he won't play MJ Melendez. MJ had a 2-run home run or whatever it was on Saturday night.
Of MJ Melendez,
and then he didn't. Well, yeah, he played for Puerto Rico, didn't he? For the
he
did. But then
he's a good player though. He's like, you can put him anywhere though.
He came up in the Royals system as a catcher, and we saw him quite a bit with Northwest Arkansas, and he was a catcher. But then when he got up to Omaha, they moved him over to there he is. They moved him over to the outfield, and so he's been playing left, and he's been playing a really good left field. He's kind of like not good as Alex Gordon, but he's had his moments where he's had some good plays. But he didn't start yesterday. He came in later to pinch hit, but it's like these lefty righty matchups. What's Mike saying here?
Carpenter has, I think, literally the most extreme splits in baseball. Against lefties, his numbers are terrible. So right or wrong, that's why he wasn't in the lineup. I get it, man, but it's like, raw. That dude
that's the downside of all these analytics. They don't go with gut feel. They really just go with the numbers. Yeah.
So here's the thing. Like, going through the Cleveland series, right? We already know who we're starting. Alex Cobb, right? We're going with that, right? Detroit, who are they starting, Mike? Because I don't know who they have. They don't have anybody set up yet. Or is it going to be a bullpen?
Casey Mize, Reese Olson, or did Reese pitch game 1? Didn't he?
Yeah.
Joe, we stand Merv. MJ Melendez's government name, Merville Jr.
Yeah. So. It's sad, you know what I mean? I mean, like, hats off to the Tigers. They did what they needed to do. They needed to steal a game, at home, and they did what they needed to do.
Well, you guys weathered the storm with Skubal, and you knocked him out, and it was still scoreless.
Yeah.
But then you had your closer in.
One mistake. Yeah. That's all it was. I thought that we were about to go into extra innings. As soon as I was like, all right, here we go. He's about to get Ed needs a helmet and a blanket to watch the Guardians games. You should have seen me.
Do you have? I know you have a lot of helmets. Do you have a Guardians?
I do.
Or an Indians? Mike says they still haven't announced the starter, but Casey Mize was taken off the ALDS roster, so I'm guessing an Oper and then Kiter Montero. I felt like Montero, oh, that's cool. Didn't Montero pitch either yesterday or game 1? Because I felt he didn't pitch very long, but I felt like he did pretty good when he was in.
So you guys watching it on TV wouldn't have caught this, but because I was working, I was listening to the radio broadcast on ESPN, and it was Greg Olson and Dave. I can't think of his last name, but the play-by-play guy for ESPN kept constantly referring to the Guardians' colors, red and black. I'm like, they're not red and black.
No, they're red.
They're red and navy. Or it's not even navy. Red and dark blue.
They're technically red, white, and blue, bro. I mean,
right. And I was like, it was driving me nuts. I was screaming at the radio like 2 or 3, 4 different times during the game. He's talking about they got their towels going. They're all decked out in Guardians red and black. And I'm like, it's not red and black, you dumbass.
They don't have black anywhere in their uniform.
No. And because I was listening, I was like, did they come out wearing like black uniforms to like make a statement or something? I was like, it threw me off. It was crazy.
Color rush uniforms.
Yeah.
Donnie, Joe wants to know if you're over there working on a washing machine.
He is.
I'll show you guys what I'm
He's
doing.
working on the agitator.
So I'm building this splice case here. So I've got all these different tubes. Let me get a phone here.
That's my nickname, the agitator.
Yeah. New one.
Yes. So all these tubes have fibers in them, and they're going to go in these trays and get spliced up to connect everything back together.
Love it. There you go.
Yeah, there's apparently an
ladies and
urgent care
gentlemen.
down the street that's waiting for internet.
Mike was like, Reese Olsen pitched most of the game one. Montero did pitch the last 2 innings of game one, but it was when it was down 7-0, so not very stressful. I'm guessing he can still pitch 3 to 4 innings or so. So okay, so there you go. Again, we go back to this. These 2 American League series have been really good. The Mets beat the Phillies again today. Did not see that. Not gonna lie.
I don't know what to think of that because I didn't think the Mets were going to get by the Braves to begin with. So
Well,
True.
they very well could have won the other
night
night
before,
too when they got walked off. So it very well could have swept, and they're at
Are-
home again tomorrow. So
are they this year's Diamondbacks? Question mark.
yeah, I mean, ish. I mean, who else would it be?
Yeah.
I would say probably.
That's
And
the
yes-
I mean,
closest thing,
Manaea
yeah.
tonight. Yeah, Manaea tonight was outstanding. I mean, he was
Yeah,
just.
he was.
I mean, what in the 7th inning he was on like 83 pitches. I mean, it was unreal.
Yeah,
The,
Brett, you're correct.
Yeah. Well, first of all, Giancarlo Stanton has been playing like shit the whole series, so let's not think that he's been been good.
Dude, he's so slow. He hit that hard ground ball into the hole.
He can't
Bobby
run.
dove, got the force out at second, and then they still had like 10 minutes to throw over to first. He's so slow.
Tell
Did
us
you
what
say
you
he
think,
hasn't played
Donnie.
well the entire series?
He hasn't played well the whole year.
Yeah, he had a hit that ate Bobby up earlier in the game that got to a run, but other than that, he hasn't done anything at all. Now, we can't let him get hot, though, because if he finally figures it out, we don't want that to happen.
You're talking about Stanton, right? Sorry,
Yeah.
I mean, I haven't wanted him for 2 years. I mean, I know they've been trapped by that contract, but at some point they got to move on. I mean, he's like he doesn't run very well. He doesn't want to run very well. I still have never just personally cared about somebody getting paid a huge amount of money because they hit 40 home runs or whatever it is, because that's only 40 runs in the course of 162 games, and it just drives me nuts.
Joe with the those lovable underdog Mets with a $300+ million payroll. You're not wrong there, Joe. You're not wrong there.
Oh, that shot's fired right there.
Wow, Lynn.
Dang.
She said someone suggested it. She's just repeating it. That wasn't
Yeah.
hers.
She's the messenger, though. She's the one that gets shot.
Yeah, true. Dodgers and Padres.
It's at 1-0 Dodgers, I think, right now. Last I
Yeah.
checked. Do you have it
Yeah.
on?
Middle of the second right now.
See, that's the thing. You talked about, and I think, Patrick mentioned no one's really standing out. Obviously, the Dodgers could very well be that team. However, I thought if anybody could potentially give them an issue, it would be the Padres, just because it's division.
Mhm.
And so, it's tied 1-1 right now in San Diego. So it
could go up 2-1 San Diego by the end of it tonight.
If anything, I could see this one going 5.
I think the Padres are the team to beat all the way. I think
I've
the
been
Padres
saying
are
it
the team
all
to beat.
along, man. Detroit and the Padres. Watch
Yeah.
out for these teams, man.
I don't know about Detroit, but I'm just kidding. That was for sellers.
Well,
But actually, the
thought-
Padres, they just look loaded. They are just, what they look like? They look like the teams that Steinbrenner used to try to put together back in the day with all the big names. Like, he was just bringing in name after name to positions. And they're producing, unlike the ones in the 90s for the Yankees.
True story.
Did you just take a shot at Mike? Isn't that your buddy?
I know.
But you
Wow.
can't, you're
I
saying
take
you
shots at everybody but Patrick.
But Patrick, so you were saying, you're not really worried about the Tigers, but they're the ones that you have to worry about because look where they've gotten.
That's the team that no one sees coming.
Exactly. And look where they're at right now. They've, tied the series a game apiece in the ALDS when they had a 0.2% chance to make it two months ago, month and a half ago.
That's why I said I was joking at Mike, because you're right. Because they are a young team, they don't know any better. And they got some good players on that team. And the fact that everybody talks about their payroll being less than like one pitcher for Houston Astros, it's just like crazy to think. But they're like the team, like some of those Tampa teams that come up that just a hodgepodge of young guys that just gel because they're playing together at a young age. So you're right. I agree. The Tigers are probably one of the stronger teams, but I still think Cleveland's the one to beat in the American League.
Cleveland's going to win the series. Listen, nothing against your team, Mike. They scared me. Don't get me wrong. I still think that the Guardians have a little bit more than the Detroit Tigers. Don't get me wrong. Detroit is looking so good. I think they have a good, strong future. AJ Hinch has done an amazing job managing that team, but I still think the Guardians edge out this series, which it will be lessons learned from that series and see what happens with the next one, right?
And I think all the AL Central.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
Well, I was just going to say about the AL Central teams. I think the three of them have one thing in common. I said this last week. They're playing with house money. I don't think there's pressure on the Guardians, the Royals, or the Tigers to do anything.
No one expected them to be in the playoffs, to be honest with you. All three of our teams.
In preseason predictions, who were people picking at the top? It wasn't at the Twins.
Minnesota.
A lot of people. Yeah. A lot of people. So
I know I picked them to go to the playoffs to win the division.
So I think the Royals, Tigers, and Guardians are all playing with house money, and they don't really need to feel any pressure. They just need to play their games. They're three good teams, and I think you were ready for the playoffs because you all had a good divisional race this season, and that sets you up for for what you're running into in the playoffs.
Hey, Zach, it's only one game, man. It's only one game, Zach. Come on, bro.
What time is it where he's at right now?
Yeah, what time is it over there, Zach? First of all, it's only one game, baby. It's only one game. He was pitching really good. He made one bad pitch. That was it.
I'm gonna guess it's 4 a.m. where he's at, even though I don't know where he's at.
I don't think we're supposed to know.
Yeah, parts unknown.
But I think it's 4 a.m. wherever it is.
Miss you, buddy.
Well, Zach, hope you're staying safe, my man.
Friend.
Yep.
Stay safe, my man. Stay safe. So listen, again, all of the series are going to be great. I'm happy so far with how these playoffs have been. They've been exciting. And it's actually, we can actually say that all 162 games were actually needed in order to decide the playoffs, which is unheard of. You know what I mean? It's been a long time since we've actually needed to play the full 162, except that Cleveland play 161.
Do you guys feel? I know a lot of y'all don't feel any sympathy for the Braves, and I'm not trying to say that, but do you feel like the Braves kind of got screwed in the fact that they had to play that doubleheader and then fly to San Diego?
No.
And play the Padres like the next day? Like, why isn't there a little bit of a gap to allow for the possibility of makeup games? That's all I'm saying. To give them at least a day's rest.
And that's on them. I think Val said they should have done better earlier in the season, then we wouldn't be in that spot. Okay,
100%.
So he hasn't left yet, so he's just in Texas. So
I got you, baby. Watching us. Appreciate you, Zach. Keep safe, buddy, when you're over there.
Yep.
You're right. I don't feel bad for them. I do not feel bad for any team. They made the playoffs. That's what you needed to do. You should have won more games early on, so that way you didn't put yourself in this predicament. Because if they would have won more games, they could have been like, hey, we don't need you guys to play these 2 games. You guys are good. We're moving on to the playoffs. Seeding has been decided. Off we go. They didn't do that.
If it was your team, would you feel the same way?
My team didn't play the 161.
No, I'm just saying, if it was your team that was in the position of the Braves and you had to play that doubleheader to get in and then go.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I would have been like, okay, let's play, baby. Let's go. Let's play it.
Well, I'll counter that with.
No, I think what you're saying is what I was going to say. So go for it, Patrick.
The Mets had to travel to Atlanta to play the doubleheader, and then they had to go straight to Milwaukee after that. So they had to do some traveling of their own. And now look at where they
still
are.
rolling. They're up 2-1. Yep, that's exactly what I was going to say. The opposite point of that. So Freeman just threw into the back of.
Oh, it was such a bad play.
Was that Machado?
Machado's at third now,
and hit him in the helmet or the back, and it rolled away. So they got runners on the corners with no outs in the second. 1-0.
And Xander Bogaerts in at bat.
Has he? I know the Padres are good. As Bogaerts, is he doing anything?
Not really.
I feel like
he's been pretty running.
Oh my God, he was safe.
He hasn't done what he did when he was with Boston, I don't think.
No, he was doing good with Boston. The problem is that they had to choose between him and what's his name at third base?
Oh gosh, I know you're talking about too.
Devers. Who are you talking about?
Devers.
Yeah,
they had to choose between him and Devers on who they were going to pay. So they chose to pay Devers, and Bogaerts just went away. You know what I mean? So, yeah. What are you going to do?
Did they call both guys? Both of them?
Both safe. Yeah,
because the guy at second and the guy at first.
Yeah, they were both got there before. Safe. Yeah, they're both safe.
I don't know Joe on that one. If they declined.
Is it true that Braves declined playing a doubleheader before a hurricane hit? I don't know.
Maybe, I don't know. And then Mike says both sides of the argument are true, but MLB also could have done a better job of scheduling a week or so in advance to help that situation. Yeah.
I mean, I think the Braves opted to not play a doubleheader. I mean, I get it. They're looking out for the safety of people traveling to the stadium and getting stuck in a situation with a storm coming, and wanting people to protect their homes and family and all that. So yeah, the Braves probably did it a little bit to themselves by saying, no, we're not going to do it before the storm. We'll figure it out afterwards. So I was not trying to defend the Braves. It was more of a devil's advocate situation. But at the same time, I mean, you're right. The Braves, they shouldn't have put themselves in that position, but injuries put them in that position early in the season too. So
they just showed that replay a couple more times, and it did drill Machado in the back of the helmet.
Well, Machado did.
Well, I mean, hey, it works. He wasn't technically on the baseline.
He was in the baseline, but yeah, he kind of got a little too close, to curving it. Zach, you're right. There's definitely going to be a benches clearing moment before the Dodgers-Padres series is over. 100%.
And I want to talk about that a little bit. So obviously between them, there's a lot of bad blood between the fans and everything. And that kind of started not solely, but had a lot to do with Profar robbing that home run, which I did not know was going on, because they put the run on the board and I thought he didn't catch it, because then you never saw what happens with the ball. He did the biggest
troll job I've seen in a baseball game, and it was so good.
I saw another angle where it looked like he walked back over to the fan, handed the fan the ball, and then the fan threw it back on the field, because you never really saw where the ball was at. And so, usually they get it and they throw it back into their teammates, and I never saw kind of what happened with that. But then at the same time,
I think that happened later in the game.
Was it?
Okay. Because that's what led to the delay. Because I think he was being nice, sort of. He's kind of being playful. He was being because that was the fan he robbed the ball from earlier, and I think he was went over there later in the game and was like, "Here, you want one to throw back in since I took that home run from you?" So he did that, and then once he did that, I think other people saw that fan throw the ball and didn't know what was going on, and that's what started the other mess.
Whew. I see that base hit.
That was pretty good.
There's been a little bit, not anything too crazy, but there's been a little talking back and forth between the Royals and Yankees after last night.
Manny Machado, this dude is such an instigator.
Oh yeah, of course.
I mean, he used to play for them too, which is the crazy part. So I love it. I absolutely love it. I think this is great for baseball.
I said he did, but he was a rental, so he's
true.
So he's
true story.
Yeah. So I don't know if there's too much loyalty there.
Oh no, his loyalty is with San Diego. 100% is San Diego all the way, and I love it.
But
I think it's
to be
great.
fair,
for
I think
baseball.
you do it to Baltimore. I think he'd do it to Baltimore too, though, if they were still in it. So
Why not? Let him.
Yeah.
He's entitled to do it. You know,
absolutely.
you want to shut him up? Beat him. They haven't yet. So this series is gonna be so good. Oh my God, this dude, they're just hitting good, timely hitting, man.
Yeah, I think every series has been really good. I've enjoyed like paying attention to all of them. They've all got their own little stories.
Since your team's not in it, you can kind of relax and just watch everything as a whole.
I was pacing yesterday. I was on my knees.
Yeah.
I was up. I was outside. I was talking to Patrick. I was doing everything and anything just so I can like stay like calm. You know what I mean? Although during that conversation, like that was the catch with that you guys were all like, oh, that hit the grass. It didn't hit the grass.
It hit the grass.
It did not. It hit the thumb of the glove, and then it bounced in.
Hit the grass and came up.
It did not hit the grass.
I heard it hit leather.
It hit leather.
You were listening on the radio. You can't. They don't have a microphone in the. Thank you, Mike. It didn't hit you. They don't have a microphone inside his glove or inside the baseball, Donnie.
The play-by-play guy.
Donnie, you heard the leather, right?
Hey, I hear what I hear, but the play-by-play guy was definitive that it was in the leather, so therefore I heard it hit the leather.
This dude's 87 and he thinks he hears things clearly.
He hears the coastal miners.
I hear things clearly. I just don't remember things clearly.
That's a different story.
That's a different story.
No, the one in your game that was definitely like blatantly like that dude was out in the Yankees Kansas City Royals game.
Oh,
he was out
when Jazz.
Yeah,
I mean, it could have been a better throw, but still, he still had him out, and I don't know what they saw.
There was this much space in between him and
then immediately after that, they got a base hit to take the go-ahead run. But then in earlier in the game, before they pulled Waka, he had a pitch. Their zone's been terrible.
Oh my God!
They had a pitch that was in the zone, and that's why I wish they had ABS. I wish they had ABS, but they called that, and then immediately they got 2 runs after that. So potentially 3 runs that could have gone either way. But I mean, what can you do at this point?
Dude, it's been bad. It's been bad in all series. Like the pitching has been the umpiring for the pitching has been pretty bad.
Yeah, because there was one even last night. There was a pitch inside on the batter on I don't remember the Royals batter. They called a ball, but then on the Yankees they called a strike or vice versa. And it's like that was the exact same spot.
Just be consistent. Be consistent. That's it.
Yeah, I wish they had ABS because I would love to.
I know, right there. Boom. Zach, good point. Good hitting, but let's not forget you Darvish owned the Dodgers lineup during game 2. I 100%. So far, like I said, I think we all agree it has been a great series. All series. What if all series go 5?
You guys were talking about that for the wild cards that you would like to see it go all 3 just to extend and get more baseball. So why not more baseball?
About it.
Yeah.
I'm all about
it. I'm not gonna complain about more baseball.
No. Me either. So, great talk, guys. I love it. Absolutely love it. All right. So again, before we continue to do a little bit of football talk, again, I want to remind you guys that the Old Ford Baseball Company, it is a proud sponsor of the Dad Hat Chronicles. Make sure you guys go and visit their website, get their support local baseball t-shirt. Their hat is amazing. He also have a lot of other cool stuff in there. Okay. Like the very first professional baseball team, the Kikiongas. That's right.
Yep.
Yep. So cool stuff. I'm telling you guys got to go check it out. Make sure you do. And then follow him on all socials because he's there. He's doing a great job. So again, thank you to Old Ford Baseball for a great for becoming a sponsor of the show. So my heart can't handle if I get
Donnie and Joe are getting old, so they couldn't take a 5-game series.
There you go. All right. So let's get going, guys. Let's talk a little bit of football. Let's get going with the football talk. Support local baseball. Look at you wearing your t-shirt. All right. First things first, and I sent you guys a little something that we so we can talk about today. And then one of the things that I wanted to discuss was a couple of things. The Jets and how a hot mess they are. So let's start there because we can talk about the Browns later, but that's a kind of different story. And then I might just go on a tangent just so you guys know. Fair warning. So the Jets. So apparently, and again, this is unconfirmed, but apparently the head coach was about to go and fire what's his name? Hackett.
Or demote him,
Nathaniel
wasn't
Hackett.
it?
No,
Demote it.
Or was it fire
The-
him or demote him?
he was gonna get demoted.
Yeah.
And then before he got there, security got to him first and said, "No, bro, you gotta go." Which I've never seen anything like that. Never heard of anybody. First of all, the dude is massive, so I get it why they had to escort the guy out, but like it's such a classless move from
It's
the Jets.
It's a Jets move.
True story. True story. So, what are you guys just thinking? Like, did they really get rid of the right person? Because I'll be honest, I feel bad for the dude. He's had 6. Saleh is a scapegoat, 100%. Lynn, Saleh got 6 different quarterbacks during his tenure there. I mean, what was he supposed to do?
I mean, I think the only thing that you can put on him is his choice in assistant coaches, because the offense is the problem, not the defense, and he's a defensive guy. So,
Bro,
I just don't
Tatis
know.
just hit a 2-run shot. It's 6-1 right now, guys.
Bro, look at that. He's just standing there. He's just
Okay.
admiring that
I
shot.
love it.
Yeah,
And
I think-
Ken Rosenthal is about to lose his mind.
yeah. I think the Padres are going to be a good thing. None of us would have to face them until the World Series,
I know, right? For real.
and then by then it'd be a 7-game series, so you may have a chance. But goodness, they're
Yeah.
playing well right now. What's wrong
Yeah.
with Bueller? Hadn't he been good at least
I
in the
guess
past few
not.
years?
Jesus.
Well, he was injured to start the season, and today he took a day off. So
Yeah, apparently. Eric, 100%. Saleh got stuck with some bad QBs, including Rodgers. All right.
But-
Here I go. Hold me back. Who in their right mind thinks that Aaron Rodgers is a good quarterback at this point?
At this point, no.
No one thinks that this dude is good. Okay, so why are you going to pay this man all that money? You know he's a cancer for any team that he goes into. He's a cancer. Okay, so why do you think that going to the Jets, thinking that he's the second coming of Christ, that he's going to turn around this team? He's not. They got rid of him at Green Bay for a reason, for God's sakes.
So Patrick
think
is.
he just went to church.
Sorry,
I was gonna say, is this Stephen A. or is this Skip Bayless
What both?
combined?
I thought he was going to go
It's
on a tangent about the
preposterous.
Browns. And
It's
No,
absolutely
he's not there
preposterous.
yet.
We're not there yet. We're not there yet. I'm getting there.
We'll
Don't
get
you
there.
worry.
I mean, I think everybody thought that Rodgers had
bloviated.
plenty in the tank, plenty still in the tank
No.
before the Achilles last year. Once he blew out the Achilles and had to rehab that and all the other off the field stuff, kind of the way he went about the procedure or whatever, and trying to come back quicker and
No,
doing some
no.
kind of weird shit.
He's
I
a
think
piece of
all of
shit.
that has just elevated the craziness that is Aaron Rodgers.
Ever since he said he started lying about the whole COVID thing, he's been downhill. The dude is off his fucking rockers. I'm sorry for my language. I apologize for the viewers. I'm sorry, but the dude is off his fucking rockers. He thinks he's bigger than the game. Everywhere he's gone so far, at the end of his career, at the end of his time at Green Bay, he's been a cancer. So he was not playing good at Green Bay at the end of his tenure. When was the last time they won a Super Bowl? No offense to you. My team has never won a Super Bowl, so just putting that there. When was the last time they won the Super Bowl with him?
2010.
Exactly.
But how many NFC championships did we lose? A ton,
A bunch of them.
because we couldn't
What?
figure it out with the defense or whatever. So he won 4 NFL MVPs. So I mean, he was good.
Congratulations, individual accolades. What he did as a teammate.
What is Eric? What is your take on Aaron Rodgers? So he was your quarterback. What is your take since he left Green Bay, going to the Jets, or the end of his time with Green Bay?
I mean, obviously, I didn't want to see him go, but at the same time, I think everybody else was ready for him to go. And then, because we just didn't know what we would have in Jordan Love. Obviously, he's not at an MVP caliber right now, so it's kind of like, okay. But yeah, I mean, he's 40 at this point. So kind of at this point, okay that he moved on. But I want to know, where is Breece Hall? Breece Hall's been he's been nobody can find, like, he's not doing anything. They have Garrett Wilson, but beyond that,
nothing.
Well, and Braylon
Lazard,
too,
like-
the other running back, Braylon. I can't think of his last name right now. Braylon.
he's trying to get this cap off to drink that moonshine.
This is alcohol here, but not drinking alcohol.
I mean, it could be if
But
you just
they're
put it in your
running-
mouth.
Then y'all be calling the 911 on me.
That's a color. I like that area.
Yeah, I mean their whole running game is non-existent.
He lost the game. Listen, he lost the game
Yeah,
last week for the team. He lost the game for the team. He was playing like absolute hot garbage.
Yeah.
So
I think that Eric made a good point about Breece Hall. Like, before the season, I really thought he was going to be a force to be reckoned with. I thought this might be a breakout season for him, but he's been anonymous. And
Zach
with
Prophet,
and
did
with
you
the
see
Salah thing,
the Bueller and his wife got robbed yesterday? They saw $100,000 watch. I saw that, bro.
What was
your
it?
son, Zach?
No, I didn't
Bueller
see it.
and his wife got robbed yesterday, and they stole his watch, $100,000 watch, bro.
Was it on him, or did they take it from his house?
Wearing it.
no, they wearing it.
Wow.
Yeah,
I didn't hear about that.
I didn't either.
I did. That was crazy. So,
Joe.
Reverend had preaching a heck of a sermon tonight.
Oh,
Just
is
you-
he
Don't you
just
wait,
getting
we are
started.
not done tonight, baby.
He just got the early stuff going. He ain't hit the real sermon yet.
Rosen
No, I ain't hit the real sermon. I'm about to hit you guys up with some.
Rosenthal's over here
Wait.
interviewing Roberts.
I know he looks so miserable too. Ken Rosenthal looks
He's like,
miserable.
why
as
would
hell.
your team be losing like this to the Padres? I just said
Come
all
on.
this about them.
I just talk all this shit about the Padres, and then you're making me look bad.
They're messing up the narrative. Ohtani is supposed to be in the World Series.
Okay, so I just saw that replay for the 50th time, and he was pretty far out of the baseline.
I told you. Look, he was in the grass. He was in the grass.
I didn't realize
He
he was
should have
that
been
far
called
out
out.
the baseline.
Manny Machado should have been called out.
Yeah, that's probably what he was talking about.
Yeah, so anyways, whatever. It is what it is. At this point, it's already passed. You can't do anything about it. Manny Machado did what he was supposed to do, and off they go. So, all right. So here we go. Cleveland Browns.
Put him up. Put him up.
Oh, don't worry, it's coming,
So
ladies and gentlemen. Here it comes.
So I watched this game, and I went back and watched the highlights of this game to torture myself. Because what I saw on Sunday was I saw a quarterback that quit on his team. I don't know why ownership has the galls to tell the head coach, do not take him out. We are paying him ungodly amount of money to be the quarterback of the Cleveland Browns. You know what? Bench his ass. Send him to Siberia for all I care. The dude cannot play. He is seeing ghosts. He is seeing he's seeing a unicorn. He is seeing the leprechauns. He is seeing anybody but his teammates. He is not getting it. Okay? And the fact that you're and then the head coach, I'm standing by him because he's a head coach. He's proven that he can do it. But my man, it's either if you're gonna get fired on your own morals and get paid, because you're about to get paid. Your contract is guaranteed. Okay, sit his ass down. And for the love of God, I can't believe I'm gonna say this, but let's just put Jameis Winston in already, because I cannot believe I'm saying this. I can't believe I'm saying this. Just put him in. At this point, Jameis Winston has a better shot of getting a win with over what Deshaun Watson is doing, because what he is underthrowing, he's overthrowing, he is walking on. The head coach just told you to go on 4th and 1, and what do? You just walk through the sideline? What are you doing? What are we doing? We're a 1-4 team, and now we're supposed to be the second or the third pick in the draft. That's what we're talking about, by the way, for the Cleveland Browns. Second or third pick in the draft. Why? Because Deshaun Watson can't get his head out of his ass.
Ooh.
And you telling me, okay, and for the big media,
Oh, I'm
ESPN
sorry.
and Fox Sports and all that, stop. Any team
I'm
would
sorry.
have paid him the amount of money to get him in. Everybody wanted him. Just the Browns just paid a little bit more. Okay, they guarantee the contract. So fucking what? Okay.
Did you mean that they had the unmitigated gall?
Yeah, they had the unmitigated goal to go in for a player that was actually good. Okay, at that point. No one would have thought that he was going to turn out to be the hot garbage dumpster fire that he is right now. But you tell me that the other teams that were going for him, Atlanta would have not paid him that amount of money. You know they would have. So please spare me we told you it was coming. We told you what this was going to happen because none of you knew. None of you. Easton is very concerned for Ed. I'm sorry. I apologize, Easton. I'm sorry. I apologize. I'm done.
So Easton, I'm going to try to put this in words that, for Ed. Mr. Ed is very disappointed with how the Cleveland Browns are currently playing the game of football, and if they wouldn't mind trying someone else at quarterback, he wouldn't mind. So he's just a little disappointed. That's all. So Easton, I promise he's okay.
You know what? Here's the deal. Why don't you go ahead and trade him to the Colts and bring Flacco back? Bring Flacco back.
I'm switching to Mountain Dew.
No, we're good
after that.
Yeah. No, we're good. Even in a loss, we'll take Flacco.
Mountain Dew and vodka.
Oh man, that man is partying up in there, putting those wires together.
Hey, whatever keeps me awake.
He told him.
See what I'm saying, Joe? Right. Everybody wanted him. So the fact that all these media personalities saying, "Well, we told you," no, you didn't. No,
Cleveland
you didn't.
Cleveland wasn't even on the radar for a little bit. They kind of came in.
He went back to Cleveland and said, "No, sorry, you guys are out."
Yeah, he told them no. There were two other teams that were going to get him, but neither one of them would give him the guarantee. And Cleveland came back in and guaranteed it.
So spare me the you're a whole year and bigger than everybody else because you thought you knew. No one knew that Deshaun Watson was going to turn to a dumpster fire. No one knew.
So does that mean that Winston move looks really, really good now compared to what it could have been?
No, they should have kept Joe Flacco. Joe Flacco wanted to stay in Cleveland.
Yeah.
They should have kept Flacco. But they didn't want they didn't want a controversy.
Do you know what Flacco would have done with this lineup right now, dude?
Yeah.
We would have not lost.
The Browns would have been on that chart that Val sent earlier today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Playoff teams after one half of football. I hate when they do that. If the playoffs started right now, the playoffs don't start for 20 more years. We don't care about what it could be right now. I hate when they do that. The playoffs will start when the final games are over. That's when you can tell us who's playing who.
Uh-oh.
Awkward.
Rodgers. He's a head
Winston.
case, but at least he can throw the ball to people.
Patrick just wants to stir it up.
Yeah. Watson's made Ed a little crabby.
Ooh.
That's good. That's really good. I like that.
Uh-oh. Gran salame.
Did he hit it?
Yeah.
I'm a little delayed. Oh, there it is. Bye, Felicia.
Who got that?
Teoscar Hernandez just hit a grand slam.
All right, so was it
Too bad he wasn't.
Can't lie.
Too bad he wasn't in Toronto.
I can't lie. That's my guy. The offense wasn't the same after
he
Teoscar
looks so
left.
angry. Look at him walking into the.
Dude, Teoscar is a gamer, man.
He stood there and watched it like it was going to easily go, and that barely carried out. It barely got over this, but it was straight away center.
Though. No, yeah, it was straight
and he is also the home run derby champ. So
And
He
thank
looks
you for
so
recognizing
angry.
he's a former Blue Jay. I appreciate that.
you're welcome. So yeah, 6-5 San Diego top 3. So this game's they were right back in this after being down 6-1.
I'm with
Well,
you,
this
Mr.
is a good-
Influencer. Great point.
Didn't
Great
he
point.
catch a paper airplane from the southpaw? Who was that?
Rogers is your dumpster fire too,
was that?
but one that
Beeson.
nobody wants to be around.
That was
Nobody wants to
Beeson.
be around Watson either.
Yeah,
His team don't want him around.
Yeah, Beeson's kid
My bad.
threw that.
Yeah, that's right. My bad.
So I feel better, guys.
Do you need
feel
to
better?
switch from water?
I should have drank a beer tonight. I had it ready to go.
Ron, hey, get Ron's comment here.
Yeah, I got it.
Chevy Chase.
Holy hallelujah. Holy shit. Oh my God. Weston Tylenol.
Wait, Ed, was that your Trey sermon?
Oh, let me tell you. I feel
Speaking
better.
of which,
I just needed to just.
he didn't do a ton for him. I think he got a touchdown, didn't he?
He did get a touchdown.
I picked up Trey Sermon because is your dude going to be back this week?
Oh,
I think he will. I
JT.
mean, we're not really sure. Yeah, we're not really sure, but we're hoping so. We've been hit
Thanks
with
for that.
injuries.
Yeah.
Yeah, you will.
Well, you should have won. I don't see how you lost.
such a
To
great
Jacksonville.
movie, by the way, Rhonda. Such a great movie. My favorite Christmas movie of all time.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Like, Jacksonville has a curse on us. Like, I think we've lost the last 7 times we've been to Jacksonville.
Wow.
Miss Influencer said, I said, read that to me, Zachary. I'm not wearing my glasses. He responded, I can't say the bad words. I apologize.
We just said that in front of Easton, so yeah, we couldn't.
I apologize.
I know we still have a little bit of time, but we can't forget our Thursday night pick.
We by the way, got to give you guys the winners for this week. Okay. Coming in at dead last. Okay. Well, actually, we're tied for last because Donnie did not pick a over under. Okay. Because
Didn't you say you were going to get that from him?
I was yeah, and I said I was going to text it to him, and I forgot. My bad.
So, Donnie last place, Ed Rivera in third, Eric in second.
Okay, put him on. Put Patrick
go.
on. Put him on.
Here we go.
Oh, I'm Patrick Larson. You follow me the Hat History series, and I'm not good at football, but I'm 4-1 in fantasy football in second place, and I just won the picks, and I'm just not a good player. I just don't know football just as well as you guys, and I know nothing, and blah blah blah.
Sandbagger.
Oh my God, such a sandbagger. Oh, that was good. You guys know that I'm about to start. I'm gonna break some of these pieces into and just put it on the reels.
Put your.
Well, I'm gonna put his.
There.
Don't you worry, his is going. All right. So
everyone's so surprised because I never win the pick'ems.
I know.
I never win anything.
Yeah. They're like, oh, he can do it.
All right, boys and girls. Listen, a Thursday night game. Okay, we're here at the top of the hour. So Thursday night game, 8:15 on Prime. By the way, it's on Prime Video.
Yeah, Zach's in second. Rhonda's still undefeated.
Yeah,
Zach and Patrick are 4-1, and I'm at 3-2. I think.
Yeah, you're at 3-2. I'm at 3-2 as well.
Yeah,
I have Donnie this week, and then Rhonda next.
So here are the standings: 1, Rhonda, Zach Beeson number 2, Patrick Larson tied for number 2, and then Eric and I were tied for that 4th spot right now. Then you have Zach Prophet, Kansas City Royals, Brett, Logan in 6th, Lynn in 9th, and then in last place, Kissing Babies, Donald Wise.
Donald Wise. Maybe you should change your name.
I suck at fantasy football.
Well,
But
no,
I'm
he just
doing
needs to call
better
him
in
the,
my other leagues.
What's the
he
punishment
needs
for
to
the
call him the
last place
Pagwars.
person?
I don't know. Probably
But-
wear like a
Jaguars.
tutu or something, to a baseball game.
Yes, there you go.
So the thing is, this week I screwed up this week with the buy. I saw there were players on buy,
And
and
you
I
left
was
them.
no. I was moving some players around, and I dropped somebody I didn't want. And I picked up Leggett from the Panthers because he'd had a pretty good season. I was going to put him on the bench and just see how he did for a few weeks, and I didn't even notice until after the fact that somehow I put him in the starting lineup and left T. Higgins on the bench.
Hey,
And he went off with like 28 points that I would have won.
you
Oh,
should
like Darnell Mooney, who got me 38 points on my bench.
You should do that this week too.
Oh, no, I
I'm
put
going
him
to pay
back on.
attention this week.
No, you shouldn't. Just
Yeah.
forget about it. It's not important.
All right. So
Getting the-
49ers at the Seahawks. Okay, guys. The spread is San Francisco 3 at -3.5. The over-under on this game, guys, is going to be 48.5. So the San Francisco 49ers 2-3. Okay, they're 0-2 away. By the way, they're 0-2 away against the Seahawks, who are 3-2 with a 2-1 record at home.
I'll show you after I play you, Lynn.
Yeah, well, we can't tell you that right now. So I'm going to start with Zach Prophet. I should be 5-0 right now, but you're not.
Isn't he like 1-4 or 2-3?
2-3.
Yeah,
I beat him.
2-3.
Rhonda beat him.
so but it happens, Zach. It happens.
He has like Olave and had a chance to win, but Olave did absolutely nothing last
Well,
night.
his quarterback didn't do nothing last night.
What happened? The first 2 weeks, he had they scored like 900 points, and then now
just
they just
fell off.
That's what Derek Carr does, though.
Hey, that's a good idea, Joe.
Make the loser have a lemonade stand for a couple of hours on a Saturday and send the money to the winner. Wow,
That's a good idea.
Good one.
So basically, Donnie's going to be giving money to Rhonda.
Yeah, pretty
Hey.
much.
It's a scam. That's our scam.
Yeah, that's how politicians over here, the mayor works. Yep, we know how that works.
It's okay. And on my other fantasy league, I'm the commissioner on that one too. Darla's in first, and I'm not doing bad. I'm like in the middle of the pack, so it's a win-win. I get it. Eric, I'm gonna go with you first this week, my friend. What are your thoughts on this game?
Yeah, did you say 49ers 3.5 favorite?
Yeah.
Which is kind of surprising being on the road.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know necessarily that I like the 3.5. But even then, I think that I don't know what's wrong with San Francisco. They blew it against Arizona. I
Lost
think
some players, man.
I'm gonna say, give me Seattle.
Okay. Patrick.
Listen, I'm going for a Geno special. I think the injuries for the 49ers are going to be too much for them on the road. I'm with Eric, and I can't say it better than he did. I really don't know what's going on with the 49ers other than the injuries, because I still think they have some good players, but I like that Seattle team. So give me the Seahawks.
Okay. Donnie Wise.
Oh man, I don't want to go along with everybody and pick the Seahawks, but I kind of need
Then
to
don't.
because they're the better team. I mean, again, I can't. It's like a broken record. I agree with you guys.
The content.
Hey, can you real quick? What place did he finish last week?
Last.
Dead last.
And who was the only one that picked the Thursday night game correctly?
I believe.
This guy.
Exactly. So you can pick whoever you think is going to win, but it doesn't matter if you pick against us, because ultimately there's 13 to 16 games each week.
And we should
the rest
Very
don't matter.
true.
The Bucks
Very
should have
true.
won that game.
Because I think he screenshotted or sent us something about who was the only one that picked Atlanta
he
to
did,
win last
and then he came in
Thursday.
last. So
And he's going to
I
blame
jinxed
Rhonda.
you did.
for
You
me.
talked too early. That's the thing, though.
No.
You can't talk shit until the end.
Yeah. That's true.
Listen, in the words of the Saints, in the words of the Bengals. No, actually, we'll go with the Saints. Who dat?
Good on paper,
yeah.
but not great. I get you, Zach. I get you. My team is like the Yankees. Good on paper, but not that great.
I'm with you guys though about the Niners. I mean, I just don't know what's going on with them until they get McCaffrey back. I don't think they're going to be very strong, and that's sad that they rely on that one guy. Give me the Seahawks as well.
I want to pick him for like the content, like hashtags for content, but I can't. Like, although I'll say this, man, San Francisco's QB again. This kid is playing. He's playing himself into a contract. You know what I'm saying? So that dude's gonna get paid. That's all I know. He's gonna get paid. He's gonna get paid a lot of monies, all of the monies. You know what I mean? So
and San Francisco's got cap room. They're one of the few teams that actually have cap room. They've been preparing to pay him,
which is interesting, right? Because he's still playing on their the league minimum. I think it is.
Yep.
Yeah.
So Brock Purdy doing his thing. Brock Purdy doing his thing. So, okay, I can't pick the 49ers right now. I can't. I want to, because our defense is actually pretty good defense, but it's just that what we've been talking about with the Browns. Like, if your offense is not doing anything for that long of a period of time, you know what I mean? Yeah. Like, then the defense is just going to get tired. So
what's the timeline on McCaffrey? Is he just still out long term, or
he's out longer than expected because of his I think it's like tendonitis or on his both his legs.
I think they said 8 weeks after the first week or two of the season. Okay. I think they said 8 weeks.
Yeah, so no surgery, which is a good thing, but
right now with IR, do you have to be on there for a certain amount of time? Is it 4 weeks?
It's a minimum 4.
Minimum 4.
Minimum 4. Okay.
He said IR like 1993.
I know IR like it was wearing baseball.
IL.
It doesn't make any sense. Just keep it in the I. Just say IR. Like you're trying to be so politically correct.
In fancy, doesn't it?
Thing.
In fancy, don't they call it
it's IR? Yeah.
So
in reality, they don't.
Sorry,
Patrick.
Sorry, the PUP list, the physically unable to perform list.
That's different. That's different.
Yeah.
Because the PUP, that was where Chubb was on for this for the Browns. He's back now. Right. He's off the PUP now, off the PUP list. So, all right, boys and girls, what do we got going on this week, guys? I'm going to start with you, Patrick.
So let's see if I can get this right. Oh yeah, I'm on the Hat History series. Yeah. Was it kind of something like that? I wasn't sure. Anyways, this week on the Hat History series, we're staying in the West Coast League, but we are going to British Columbia, and we are going to be talking about. I'm trying to remember what I did this week. That's sad. Yeah, we're going to British Columbia, and we're doing we're going to be talking about the Nanaimo Night Owls. So
the Nanaimo Bars,
also known as the Nanaimo Bars. We'll talk a little bit about that. So this week is in the West Coast League in Nanaimo, British Columbia, the Nanaimo Night Owls.
I love it. Yeah, I heard the same thing too, Joe. The treatment didn't go out so it didn't do so well. Eric, what you got going on, my friend?
So tomorrow on the Earn Fun Average podcast, Johnny and I, we broke down before the playoffs started, kind of our predictions for the playoffs. Our predictions and picks are about as good as the prospectors were, but that'll come out. And then I talk about the last couple of trips. So I had a couple final trips that I took to the end of the MILB season and talked about that briefly. So it's just kind of the end of the season wrap up for Johnny and I.
All right. Cool.
I went to Salt Lake City for the 447th time. I went to see the Bees.
I've only been there once.
Which, by the way, you guys should listen to that episode of the Baseball by Design with for Salt Lake, the Salt Lake City team. So with Paul, Jesus, I can't think of his name now. He's going to
nobody knows who he is.
So
that's what happens when you live in a time zone that doesn't exist.
I know, right?
That's right. When you live in a time zone that doesn't exist, people forget.
Mr. Mayor, talk to me.
You're looking at what I'm going to be doing the rest of this week.
Sounds exciting.
Yeah, what time is it? 10 o'clock. I still have about 2 hours to finish this job, 2.5, something like that. So, and then I'll be back down here about 9 o'clock in the morning. So,
Gross.
yep, be here Thursday. I am doing everything I can on Thursday to be home in the home studio and not doing the show like this.
All right, I love it. But hey, you still join us, and that's all that matters, my friend.
Yeah. And Donnie, in all seriousness, thanks for all you're doing to help those people over there, man. Thanks for all that you're doing. I know that's a hard job that people don't realize that stuff doesn't just pop up and appear. It takes a lot of work to put that in. So thanks for all the work you're doing.
Well, I appreciate that, and I will say this: we have seen a lot of people around here. I've had people stop and just roll down their window and just yell "thank you," giving us thumbs up as they go by, honking the horn things. So they are appreciative, and unlike normal times, they are very courteous when we just pull off a curb in their way and they stop and let us get out into traffic stuff. Normally they wouldn't do that, so they understand the situation now.
Well, Lynn said it best. Hats off to you, my friend.
Hats off to you.
Yep, thank you.
All righty. The Arizona Fall League has officially started. That's right. I'm going to be second week in November. If the Hurricanes allows me to leave my state, I'll be in Arizona. So
very good.
That's good.
I've heard that.
I'll be there for a
I
weekend.
didn't realize you were going there. That's awesome.
Home run derby and all-star game for the Fall League.
Hey, you should pick up your friend's Fall League hat.
Oh, we'll be talking. Don't you worry. Okay, and then as far as the Dad Hat Chronicles podcast, this week I had Mr. Influencer, Paul, and my co-host Val. We were talking about the Vegas trip that I never went to. It was a fun conversation. It was
The beginning.
It was so good, wasn't it?
You kind of have to know the backstory, but it's still really funny.
It was so good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Drive fast.
Donnie, this is apparently a you had to be there moment.
It was.
I wasn't, but I was
exactly.
I sent you what it was.
You did. He did. So it was good. It was a really good episode. You guys check it out. It was a lot of fun. So thank you, Eric and Paul, for coming on the podcast. We had a blast with that one. Next week will be part 2. We will be back tomorrow. I'm sorry, not tomorrow. Thursday at 9 o'clock. We will be picking the rest of our NFL games. We'll discuss the playoffs, and because obviously there's going to be some more games that have been played between today and then some games going on during that time. So
playoffs.
We'll have some fun. Playoffs.
Playoffs.
Stay safe, everybody. If you're in the Florida area, please stay safe. If you have to evacuate, please evacuate. It's not worth it. Material things can be replaced. Your life cannot. So please stay safe. To the Cleveland Browns, you guys suck at life. Get rid of Deshaun Watson. The Jets, you guys are stuck with Aaron Rodgers. So good luck.
And always remember,
Free Jameis.
Jess did not catch it.
Yeah, there it is. Guys, have a good one. We will see you guys on Thursday. Bye.
See you guys.
Bye.